Nnamdi Kanu, do you believe he's a terrorist?
He exhibited all the actions of terrorists with enough evidence. That makes one a terrorist. This one Nnamdi Kanu organized NSAS. And they will only see that design and imam moye so government and the high NSAS and I gonna ask you why can Nnamdi Kanu na live video. See the bomb Murtala Mohammed Airport Lagos or see the boss or the bank or na Lagos we walk na Lagos. Why but I'm thinking banners no yama organize the so if not those strategic.
Don't you think that he would have accepted some money all this while?
To some extent, I'm on the noon. Onwe offer MLA. Onwe be abuli na ndikalo ego. Ase ocha. Igbo doctor Ezemwa. Best surgeon in Nigeria. Dr. Akonyili Hebulie. Oje Banewi Habulie. Okay, honorable Ebepuliesi. Ani Igbo wene ebe akwa. The land is angry with Nnamdi Kanu and co. That's why he was arrested.
You agree that civil war was a mistake?
Big time mistake, because before the war, Eastern Nigeria was the fastest growing economy in the world under M.I. Opara as premier of Eastern Nigeria. Other part of the region, Nabia and Igbo can do obodo Igbo. Oya kaziki jina agbo ojukwu. As na Igbo ndị Igbo 30,000 Ugwu asa yes o, mana agha abụ option. Na agha abụ ọkwa ọgụ ndị na-agbalụ nwa ya. Mana just like radicalized youth nke radical name. And as you buy us nkewe ojukwu anyị mma ya je Igbo ka agba bogo and Mandausa. Biafra is not feasible. Let me tell you again, it's not. And again, nobody is giving you Biafra. What you should be talking about visual Biafra. Biafra they are Biafra. Me ye Biafra emebo. O mago no omugu boss na onya da wode tule ego. Wazika chibere ego nke na dikala tule ego nke ma went to na otinye ume na trouble, tinye the zone na trouble. This thing was a game for job men. Onye be ogbala ege na ụfọdụ maka ụfọdụ na-etinye ego na enye ho yi well na Biafra. Ụfọdụ na-etinye ego na enye ha minista. No obodo Igbo na-etinye ego na Biafra na abịa na enye minista.
Bam, 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 bam. You know, whenever we have a guest from the diaspora, I always want to make the bam. You know, let it sound you know, British. You know, bam, bam. You know, and they were umakai say me I not get bam. Umakai say akopwale obuni nwere obi tie na aro obuni obro bam iman obro bam obuni ime ekwumu ka o da bam. If you cannot say it the way it is, come on body. Today we have all the way from the UK a young man that an Igbo man, of course, because we are Igbo before we became anything. An Igbo man all the way from UK. He's joining us today. We've been seeing what he's doing on social media, and then we deemed it fit to bring him on board. Can I discuss one or two things about Ndi Igbo? What is affecting us today? Where we are as Ndi Igbo and the way forward? Can I batano Mr. Ikechukwu Emeka Onyia? Ike, welcome to BAM.
BAM.
Thank you. Thank you. Dalo. Please feel free to flow in any language that you're comfortable with. Obono Igbo Batago no Iswa. If it's English, you know, just what we need here is effective communication. Go ahead. Governor, my brother. Please explain to us, tell us, who is Ikechukwu Emeka Onyia? Go ahead, please.
Ikechukwu Emeka Onyia bụ onye Nise nke dị n'Awka South Local Government Area, Anambra State.
Okay.
Ikechukwu Emeka Onyia bụkwa ezigbote onye Igbo. Ihe gbasara Igbo na-adị mma.
Okay.
Onye chọkwa ka anyị Igbo dị mma. Onye chọrọ ka na-etinye ọnụ na bring ya na-akpọ conversation on topical issue.
Yes.
Because we believe in a conversation or help or shape ya na-akpọ public policy.
Yes.
Because ọbụ na onye ọbụla na-agbalụ okwu ọsọ, okwu ekwesịrị ikwu ekwu, a na-agbalị ọsọ ihe a na-emebi n'ala Igbo. Mana ọ bụ onye na-etinye ọnụ n'okwu ma ọ na-atụrịga ihe a na-akpọ triggering conversation, ibido conversation, enwe conversation. And Ikechukwu Emeka Onyia bụ a public relation personnel or somebody na-eme ihe as in onye nọ into public relation. that obi na UK, United Kingdom, that mana o mere bụ na anyị ya na-erume ụlọ because na imeche be anyị ka bụ be anyị.
Of course.
Ọ bụ onye be anyị na-amasị. Ọ obere nkọwa nwere. Ikechukwu Emeka Onyia bụkwa a family man. Onye nke na-anụ nwaanyị nwee ụmụazị.
Daalụ nne.
Thank you.
Daalụ nne. I love the fact that you have Igbo names. Ikechukwu Emeka Onyia, no English name and everything. Or you want English name at all?
Enwekwe nke abụ m, but nke abụ m banyego na certificate m.
Okay.
Mana nke a bụ nke nna I like me use like ụmụ m niile onwere abịazị onwere ụmụ m bụ English name ancha bụ Igbo name ancha niile because abụ m onye ihe gbasara Igbo na-amasị.
Dalorina, same with me. I'm somebody that believe in Igbo names. None of my kids have Igbo name. Do you have anything to say to people that really feel like Obana or English name that they are not complete? Do you have anything to say to parents? Even at this age, onye ọbụla ka na-agba mbọ ka ọba nwa ya afa English ma afa Spanish, Helena nke nwa Alliance Helena. Do you have anything to say about that?
Ihe nwere ike ịgwa ha bụ ịma ihe niile na-asị aka usoro onye ama na mana ihe a ga na-eme ka a na-akọwara ha encouraging them ha mmalụ na ọ bụ na ị chọọ ịgwa nwa gị afa na ọ ka mma ịbụ ya afa maka afa mata afa dị mkpa afa na-enwe mmiri bụọ ya afa asụsụ gị ịghọtara ya n'asụsụ ọ bụla afọ ị na-ejere interpretation so that ị na-akpụ ya ihe anyị na-akpụ ya afọ onye na-achọ die ndị Igbo na-asụ ọ bụla ilu ijegodo na akwụkwọ nsọ na Bible ifu na Abraham has to change his name also there from Abraham for prophecy around him to be fulfilled. Ifu Jabez change him afam ifu Paul to Saul to Paul meaning na afa mana ndị anyị ma dị ndị Igbo nwega asị abụ afa ifu na afa gị Chinedu you need to change Chinedu.
Yes.
So parents ndị Igbo ha gbawa mbọ na-echenji na-abụ dị afa ọ na-enyekwa aka ụmụazị mmanụ nwere ebe ha si.
Yes.
Maka sometimes ịbụ nwa Emmanuel John Peter sometimes ọ bụ identity crisis.
Yes.
Nwatakịrị ya mana ị na-akpọlụ ya afa ahụ mmanụ nwere ebe afọ ya ọmalụ afọ ya na-ada village ọ da mana ya si village ya. Ọsọkwa ya n'ogodo US or UK anywhere ọmanụ nwere ebe osi onye ọbụla n'ụlọ dị afa ma na afa bụ ka afa si Nigeria mana onye Igbo na afa bụ afa Igbo.
Dalorin, you are very right because you are answering a wrong name when you need to interpret it or look for the meaning. It means that it is not even your language. Because my sister Mba Abalenda. It is when we grew up that Linda Mini Lagwa, serpent, and then everything. The name Onyia, in Enugu State. I used to hear Onyia, and I think the name of one former Ohanes and Igbo Onyia Wobodo or something. Gini ka Onyia meaning?
Onyia mean Onyia like when so many nas Onyia na Nise when I go like think when Obaru and what have you. Onyia mean Onyia Iwa because anybody pronounce Onyia mana hana akpya bo year.
Okay.
Oh yeah, hana akpya na try oh yeah.
Okay.
Mana Onyia I mean as in ni ha be kwego mme na no man na tag.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Onyia, okay.
That's the meaning. No matter what, it cannot stop. Then it can be done.
Okay. Okay.
That's the meaning in our.
For some people that may not know you, I would want to do a background check because that's what we do on Bami. What I go kahama and then interview my background. In wiki gwa kede be primary school, kede ba moi, kede be secondary school, open the university, kede be university, kede go. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Agum ebe amum na Enugu State. Agam secondary school na Agam partially in Enugu, Ghana, and Reboys. Finishing at Reboys.
Oh.
And Reboys, where got University of Nigeria and Nsukka, Ebembo Public Administration.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So from there, so those are they're popularly known as movement.
Okay. Okay.
Movement for the Maria Kaya. So as now University of Nigeria and Nsukka was a governor of Akintola Hall and had been active now. As we were now founding members of and the executive of Anambra State Student Association then.
Nice.
I was executive then and other. So we have been here Basala Anambra and how to actually then I was the only one on all the communities. Now Anambra State student no. Ufọdụ ndị si Lagos amachara obodo ha mara ebe ha belong. Ha mara ọdịa territorial zone. Ọmụ ya akpọ afọ obodo ọbụla na each territorial zone. Onye ọbụla wee mara ebe ọ ya aga ma nwee ihe anyị na-eke.
So brought out this your agitation and then activism bido because
I wouldn't say.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't say that I'm an activist, but I would say that I'm passionate about a working system. As in, I like him buying. I like him especially buying as a whole. Here Basala in Igbo and the buying called him. So it's just a patriotic person, not really about activism.
Ega UNN, that makes you a lion.
Yes.
Recently, we've been hearing some disparaging news about UNN that the lions are no longer roaring. That the lions den has been, decimated. The old glory is no more there. UNN is one of the oldest university in Nigeria. Can you hear them in UNN? A lot of people say now UNN are does called, that they have lost the glory. Do you agree with that? Can you hear me?
I don't agree with it. I don't think that UNN has lost its glory. Rather, Nigeria education sector as a whole is having issue. The public education sector, public sector. The problem with UNN or whatever is problem of entire Nigeria education sector and Nigeria public sector.
Yes.
Why do I say Nigeria public policy? Nigeria public policy is the type that we are not good at adjusting to the reality or that how we adjust to the new trend. As the technology is coming, the government or not fair government and any organization government will on how to adjust. So it's not about UNN in particular, but about the entire public schools. If you remember, let me use secondary school before. Public school, government schools,
yes.
Secondary school. Private school, at the time, where public school correctly. Now, secondary school do government Bundiane believe na Amarihana or now parents do you get?
Yes.
So you need sense now that's about the way inability of the public sector to adjust due to recruitment process. You can't say when the matter all they are not affect the organization, business, government well. Because now when you get it out to I best part now media management to try and
yes.
You get all on ABS, for instance, Amanyegi. But give them a capacity to do it. So you mezibna, give them a private sector. Set up a new setup at better than ABS. With all the funding and it in ABS.
Yes.
But what I'm saying in essence is that what might be happening in UNN or any other school, but general problem. Government business all over the country, I have a little research on it, is failing. All the government business. So have a management problem. They spend so much in politicking for leadership and who gets leadership and all that. The UNN, for instance, has infrastructure, has everything, has a community.
Yes.
In way less distraction to read. Because UNN is either in Abia and Nsukka. If you agafe. All of you are now like in a job in Chaske Pusija Naoka. Is there in Abia and Nsukka on the level?
Is a destination.
So I am maybe or Buru, but then what is happening is general issue.
Thank you. Thank you. As somebody go public relations, can you educate us what public relation is about? What do we expect from Onyegocha public relation? Onyegocha kebe okwesi na aro. And do you think that the course is still relevant today? Go ahead.
Public administration, then, and public relation or public administration, the whole thing has to...
Okay, public admin, sorry. Public administration, yes, sorry. Okay, administration. Go ahead.
But the course will different units. All the area I display. Like, I focus mainly on public policy and be doing research on my own. Because I could say again at school, all the research now update malaria of your area of interest. Like when I go find dramatic art and fine art, and I find and apply art.
Yes.
When I choose one of the portion of it, focus on here. So on this note, I focus on public policy. Public policies are about government policy. How government policy can work. How it can work, how it can be generated, how it can work for the people. Because failure of the public policy affects private businesses. One failure of public policy can kill businesses, individual private businesses. So I am particular on how initiation, implementation, and monitoring of public policy.
Okay.
So that society can grow. And that's why you see me in full some danger. Sometimes I will be shouting. Even when people are there, I will be shouting about it.
Mm. In the world of today, that we have people that did not study public admin, administering the public, and being our policy makers, how relevant could the ego public admin now in this country? Go ahead.
The thing is this, all the relevant ego public administration and any other course.
Okay.
The thing is what you make out of it. You make a go there first class, but he add in here.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't consider to add something to create value that will benefit the society. The man engaged that certificate every morning and now. Because you go say you go as the society so that you can see how you can fit in. You go say go by the society, go by the system, so that you can be able to see classroom your model will adjust to accommodate the practical aspect of it. So on that note, my Gulagaba depends on the personality of and you go to the own way that go engineering or what the engineering or what the hogalo. When that go medicine or what the hogalo.
Yes.
Or matter how to fit in into the system.
Yes.
Because the system was it can and our system book. Men at school then one professor was saying policy of onyema mad. Yeah, who do you know to get job? That is study. You come and study society.
Yes.
And what have you. And so what I'm saying in essence is that at the end of the day, how to make it back when I believe beside will you go and stay there? So you now study the society and know that name will just host there, none at the other side. Now 80% of them they kiss, not 2% being at BC.
Yes.
And case at a kiss. There's no point moving a bending at BC. That's about studying the environment now. Now you now have to what? Relocate, because in 21st century business, you look for customers, they don't look for you. Before 21st century, like when monopoly is the order of the day, trackers, but these days, speed the economy. Everybody wants it now. If you are competition is the order of the day. If your trackers is not working, I'm moving to another one. So you will be battling for the customer. That's 21st century business. So
Dalo.
thank you.
Dalo. Igbo Nise, you know,
Yes.
Nise is in Oka South, right?
Eziokwu.
Ka ihe merụ Nise ji bụrụ obodo na-ada ụda na Anambra State. I think unu nwere nnukwu mmanwụ na-anụ mgbe a Ngozi Nwokpaagụ akwa Nise. Because ana m anụ ya na-egwu mgbe a na everything. Kedu ihe merụ Nise ji wee bụrụ obodo na-ada ụda? Kedu ihe merụ nji wee dị ebube? Gaa n'iru.
Nise bụ obodo fụrụ onwe ha n'anya na-eme nwanne. Nise bụ another obodo dị very organized in terms of leadership. So ọ bụ obodo anyị na-agba mbọ ka anyị nata na-achọ ka maintain that peace. I was once youth president of Nise, and onwe mgbe ahụ eme kidnapping na Anambra wugide na-atọrọ mmadụ. Nise, I could remember then the commissioner for police gave Nise award. Na enwere another such akụkọ na Nise. So MSA, so Nise, so they like that peace. How is of good president general election, even Nise, everything that gather on me. So Nise obodo di and Igbo Nise je ya onye Nise obuna je jide egbe zuboli. Onana anata. Odi anata. Ozu amakwami I am all the reason. Ozu the person that anata Nise. Abi bufe n'uzo. So ko ikpanye ni na-ekwu mana ejikwa na-ezu ori ji na-egbo Nise. Ozu amanata anyị na-eto a na-agwa gị furu onye a na maazụkwa no agbufu gị and ozu anata ọ bụrụ na ndị Nise na-abịa eche mana something will happen, the body will not come to Nise. Nothing so. So onye ọ na-eto a na-agwa gị na-afịa na-afụ the example. Onye a na-ekwu so respect kwa onwe gị mmadụ ihe niile na-eme mana ụwa aka gị ọtọ and all that.
Thank you.
So, and Nise is hosting WAEC office.
Yes.
Nise is hosting federal government college within the Oka South.
Yes.
Oka Territory and all
yes.
that.
FGGC Nise also.
Yes.
You were not born in the UK, of course. You have told us that you have some history with Enugu, you know.
Yes.
And then UNN. You are not born in UK. UK. At what point did you leave? What made you leave? Was it the whole Japa? You know, what made you leave? Go ahead.
No, the truth is that before now, I believe maybe Obodo Igbo. I believe and the Ejem Obodo Igbo first in 2016. Ejem UK, I work with interest EB. But along the line, no man, Ebim Abuja. So Ebim Abuja, and I operate within the policy sector. So I follow policies. So when I found that policy was having earthquake, and we are trying to analyze carry controls of policy. So at the time, what they can do now, so if you are monitoring public policy, you'll be projecting, you'll be able to project forecast even when it came in. So when for the way I make a do see, then I have 1 or 2 things. It's not better. So unfortunately, but I want to see my wife. We are leaving the country. She never believed that I never had such. So on the way policy was dancing, I saw what is likely to happen. And I told some of my friends now around me, since that was before where this year worst and all that. But then I'm optimistic that God willing, things will get better.
As somebody that has left because of the unfavorable policies, do you think that living is the best option for young Nigerians, the way this country is? Go ahead.
No, I don't think that living, but I believe that if you have the means of living and you want to live, there's no way, but because I believe that you get to a point whereby we have reverse migration.
Yes.
To benefit of our people. And again, there's what we call remittance. Mgbe economy na-eme ihe a, that watch last year, as abroad remittance to Nigeria is so huge, running in billions of dollars. So it's huge. It's helping the economy also. Yes. So all part of economic behavior. So
how is life in the UK for a young Nigerian like you?
The good thing about UK is that UK, you work and you earn a living. Nobody owing you. So as you are working, you can project your earning in 6 months and plan with it or 1 year.
Yes.
Now, try a luck. But this month, but you can, once you are working, you can project you are like gain XYZ.
Yes.
Now and this is the minimum. I don't know what you make out now with a lot of age, but more now, you might not ask with the work, with the end you are living, with the end you are, and again, in our role, we can meet up, we are going once you are working, you are going your tasks, you when we are savings, as in, you meet up with your primary responsibilities. Then you have access to health care facility, you have security, you feel free.
Yes.
So
baby girls, clock it. Umuasa, clock it. Fine girl, who told you can't get a piece of land? Who told you can't own a property? Come to Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited. Let's make your dream come true.
Thank you very much. Let's can I buy any high beer? What I go? I just think I just batty up by what I go. You know, recently I've been seeing you on social media. You've been very loud and then vehemently talking about Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu, you know, IPOB, ESN. You've been one of the people that have been very, very vocal about that. What I go? Kedi, what do you have against IPOB? Well, what do you have against Nnamdi Kanu? What do you have against what is happening? Go ahead, please.
Okay, what I have against Nnamdi Kanu at IPOB is the violence aspect of content of what they are doing. Obuna had a violent, the more you get violent, I want to make anything with them, against them. But the moment you can agitate, but the moment you do violence, and our people know the target. I'm an Igbo man, and I believe in Igbo. And in Igbo na Bala. We respect blood in Igbo land. That's why in Igbo land, if you shed blood, Igbo mad. If you kill anybody in Igbo land, even by mistake, you are meant to bore sort. You are meant to leave the community for a number of years, after which cleansing will be performed. Even if you did that by mistake, that's the Igbo culture, part of our culture.
I've seen things fall apart.
Yes. So there has never been a time outside Civil War, 1967 to 1970, that 3 months war, that Igbo land, we have a situation whereby some communities are being sacked. From late 2020 to 2024, 25, we started having a situation whereby some communities are being sacked, some armed men occupy community in the name of ESN, unknown gunmen. And it was set up by Kanu. Omenube na Igbo. Ka mmadụ ga-abịa sị na mgbe o nwere nwụrụ, ndị Igbo ejide mmadụ enyi ozu. Anyị eji mmadụ, anyị bụ ndị Igbo. Anyị eji mmadụ enyi ozu. So ka Kanu ga-asị na egbughị iko nsọ is one of his commander. O wee sị na aga eji, o wee nọrọ na live video, live audio, broadcast. Wee sị na aga eji, wee order na aga eji 2,000 head wee nye. And some of us got worried. I did not start talking about this because I'm not UK. I started talking about this from 2020 here. And I visited some radio stations, even ABS and Ogene, I think Ogene FM, talking about this on my own. At a time in 2021, at the time nobody dare talk. At the peak of unknown game, I was speaking. coming, I was in Anambra speaking against it. So it's not about so only of them, I have been consistent with it. Now why am I thinking? I know the implication. The implication of that, one. Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
The implication is that one, police Nnamdi Kanu police na live video police police station police and we are telling already radicalized members ndị mmadụ agbawa ọsọ ndị nwere nnukwu moto ezo moto ha na Anambra anaghị anya nnukwu ụfọdụ egolu keke na-adọ ụfọdụ anaghị abata ụfọdụ obodo a na-agbagara ndị otu ha na-abata because although too active in our side like Anambra Central, but it was so active in Anambra South and some part of Imo, and they were also raping women. Ha duru ụmụ nwaanyị ha dị dakpo ha duru ha duba na-egbu ndị mmadụ. Kedu ihe anyị na-ekwu? Ọ bụ na anyị rapụ be anyị ha bịa nwere obodo ọzọ anyị Igbo bụ ebe ya bụ onye gbagara ite ọnata anyị Igbo bịa zuo ike. Now the implication what about Nnamdi Kanu bụ na one ọ maazị na ọ na-egbu Igbo economy. Igbo economy na ama jijiji already because Igbo economy being driven by private sector effort individual ndị Igbo na-eme. Enwere much foreign investment anyị nwere ya na-akpọ DDI, domestic direct investment, nke ndị anyị aka na invest anyị aka na-alụ ya mgbe ibidoro insecurity. Kedu the implication? The investors will run away. You want into service industry. You might want much contracts because they want a big business known. Or they want big business known, but an Igbo, a lot of man. You can get big deal. That's how it affects you as a business, as a young businessman. Man, that thing have a name. Do not know about not go back. You know, you can't convince dollar millionaire or they invest ya when Jesus will abro Anambra money because of research ya because I did investment based on sentiment, emotion. Research often insecurity there about food. And we are calling these people, stop this. You don't get Biafra by this. That is not how to do it. You cannot get Biafra by destroying your home. When you destroy your economy, you have destroyed your bargaining power. You are this, so that is where I have serious issue with them. And I'm from Nnamdi Kanu because there's some Nnamdi affair na February 28, 2017.
Wow.
Na kuje mbiza pochidie nzuko munna selected 15 members to go and meet. I'm the only young person so have Professor Charles Soludo, Obube governor then, also Professor Udenta, so Professor Patu Tomiso, and so many of them.
Ostatidoka,
so Nnamdi got for a billion. Also Nnamdi got that.
Oh, okay.
Then I went not 2 hours with him. Part of I would be a delegate, right? What was the conversation? The core conversation, Imanga violence. See, what of it on one year to political party? They make political. Here is no now I go off my unemezi win side win. Unewoni boss when those okay say many here. Maybe of my Oboni believe na na chika amara luzo. You win never na luzo afia na anya na nku na agakwa na aba odbadi unu na aga. Ya inwe ya na legitimacy. Osumba. Asia kusi on the madi ikpo that tribe yi. Na ipi na akpọ ndị Yoruba yi, na akpọ ndị nka yi. Ka kpalizi na ndị ọdịkọ ndị Igbo ziri. And even ndị Igbo ndị na-eme business na bi na mba. Bi n'obodo ndị ọzọ ri na-eme business. Mgbe ị na-eme ya putting their life on danger. About the same thing men na NSAS of Nnamdi Kanu organize NSAS. And they meant SAG protest or na Ghana enwere onye isi. A design ya na imam onye bụ onye isi. Enwere onye isi. So government anwere ndị ha ejide. NSAS na Ghana asị egwu why can Nnamdi Kanu appear na live video. Maybe announcement say ana call you na sije gba Murtala Mohammed ọkụ sije Murtala Mohammed Airport Lagos ọkụ sije gba bus ọkụ je gba nke ọkụ na Lagos iwe gba ihe agba ọkụ na Lagos ọ kpatara ndị Yoruba na sino yama organize the ihe. So if not those strategic, people you need partnership with on your agitation. You are of the second Igbo CDA. After that 2020, this thing in the Yoruba will be more aggressive on Igbo. Who caused it? Nnamdi Kanu. On as known as on Igbo, they also on Igbo. On what basis? Get the issue also going on as known. Get about to do Fulani. The Fulani na Iseke no. Man had a camp in Iseke. The Fulani na Lilu no. Ebe abia occupy the a part of Igbo land in the Jegono for criminality. That Anambra South ISIS Abia with a camp. Baby the Jegono, how we maybe is booty, with body, no kidnapping, maybe empo. I waste some of force. Because I create go feel when they can short talk down. I'm not mad because some na here and Igbo can make it, and again they are victims, their blood they back. And I can deny and put in and the kind of about now where I am. Only be hand on do to hand, mama come. Because in the Kuliabo, Afghan cars only came one boy habu I'm close to Abiam almost the Maka and God just pulled me out.
Wow.
So Afghan most of people here and what are they? I don't they follow broadcast here. Only see them on as they be see 2000. If they not see they can go against you na Nigeria, Wakita, not Nigeria. The moment if by little terrorism, you will hide in place. Unless man of Yakianezo. A man with terrorism now announce or do pronounce if you are in a hotel, I am because under terrorism act, global world come together to fight it. After 9/11 attack in United States, the world united against terrorism. That's why Adeyinka show me. Adeyinka grandson was jailed in UK, or a UK citizen. Can you hear the jail lawyer? No, see Buje from Igbo, so Kuri and Igbo, on UK, post any of Sukuri and Igbo. Igbo na Nigeria, I could go and Igbo on Atorianga. Nnamdi Kanu no name, maybe go after the way to Yanga, if you do case in UK before UK, before Nigeria were 3K to Kenya, we kidnap where Poliana.
Right?
Yeah. And to do the point, because under that act, na territory and threatening doors of he commit to go to offense. So, to answer your question, what I'm angry with Nnamdi Kanu, the violent content.
I know. I just wanted to kill Landia so that I will be taking the questions one after the other, because I know you have a lot to say. And then everything. Nnamdi Kanu, do you believe he's a terrorist?
For me to answer that question, I will first of all define what is terrorist.
Go ahead.
What is terrorism? Terrorism is the act of killing people, act of causing death on people, unwanted, as in don't worry, as in yes. Can be defined from layman perspective. From my own layman perspective, you can define it. Now, if you define it, you will just have an act here or suit to the definition. Now, what was his actions that put him in that danger zone? That's why they couldn't defend him. They are looking for technicality. They were not defending the allegation because they cannot. Because Kanu made the defense very difficult for his defense team. Why? Because here in a video, a record, it's not a mistake. Now the first one, it will get another video. If not the consistency with the call for killing, and in a creative terrorism, when they open over a prison and release 108 something hardened prisoners. That is act of terrorism. In on a video, CJ 2000, you when you phone, you see when you see. or isi ọkụkụ ọbụgodo ọkụkụ ọrụ mmadụ nwe ọkụkụ ahụ then ndị ahụ enwere target ha bụ onye ọbụla hafụ ha mechesị na ha butenwu 30 one of them ejidere onye amị so not 30 ka ha butenwu for the purpose of iko nsọ 30 bụ ndị be mmadụ what is terrorism. Now next you say ha dey to one police na after na police okay na after police ha gbuo police we say ha gba ha egbune ọkụ na video ha egbune police just ogbugbu na ha court make sure na ha court ha head na publicly na ha court office ha na ya egbe ewe gbuo police as at the last count check or even 128 policemen ka ha gbu within that year ha mere ya 37 military men. And I go on the vigilant group and the others. What is terrorism? Then we be assisting the attack, you see the bomb Motor Mohammed Airport. In a video, I didn't hear us more in the video. Motor Mohammed Airport. A web BRT boss on the Habaloko. A web BRT, new BRT boss, Lagos. We buy your capital. We may be property into my businesses in the money. What is terrorism? So when you look at some of these things, you're asking yourself, is he a terrorist? He exhibited all the actions of terrorists with enough evidence. That makes one a terrorist.
Their argument is that Nnamdi Kanu did not carry gun. Aforiaka Ojiegbe, Aforiaka Obumma, not just Ihoku no. Just like his lawyer said, that means if a mother don't be silly, they will go and jail you for treason and terrorism. You know, na Obureegbe na enwero onye afu Ogbabu as a person. Can you address that?
Thank you. Can you okay, ma'am, in my 9/11. Yes,
Osama bin Laden attack. On
Osama
North and South.
After the US that day. At first, Osama bin Laden was not in the US, but he masterminded it. And he was the prime target of the United States and the world. Why? Nobody saw him shooting. Nobody saw him in the plane, the hijacked plane that caused it. What is the target? Is the man behind it. You get? So the man that plotted and incite, that has already radicalized his members and been inciting them to go and act, is the key figure. So saying that that they did not see him there is immaterial. For the fact that he has influenced another person to act, you are capable. Engage somebody. Oh, thank God that they are not arguing that he did not see. But that's telling you that for the idea, he had all the funny.
Some of them are saying that their audio were actually doctored.
No, nobody has said it. They would have said it in court.
Okay.
Checking on doctored audio.
I think I heard it from the lawyer somehow during his interview that they presented some doctored audio. I think it was one of the barristers.
He opened the defense. That is for social media. He was entertaining.
Yes, I heard him.
Because he has all these chances to put a defense and say that this audio was doctored. Because technology is easy. He knows he will put something to check if it was doctored. And it will prove that it was not. The problem with Kanu was that he could not control himself and he has sacked everybody that could have controlled him. So the moment he sacked Uchemefo and all that and tagged them and started abusing the intellectuals that question some of actions of Obaha intellectual. And the think tank now left. He become you have also and he started abusing. He don't know the legal implication. Not just in Nigeria. Because the legal implication is like that everywhere. Like I told you, he would have been jailed since the UK. Because of that inciting statement. Nke Adeyinka grandson ebo madu okade ekwe we to yanga na UK and UK citizen come. So the guy, no nation all over the country that you will stand and be announcing that they should kill their police and now finally with their police now abandon their police station. It's not possible. And you know, they tell him, na the guy kwesịrị protect anyị Igbo. Mmalụ na anyị tara afọ wee rebuild obe anyị after the war. When ndị nyere anyị aka. O wee bụ after 50, 60 years, o wee bịakwa bịa bulu ihe abịa na anyị Igbo. Anyị eti mkpu that the war was a mistake. The civil war was a mistake in the Igbo. Igbo shouldn't have gone to the war in the first place. It is omebiela anyị ife.
You agree with that?
Yeah?
You agree that the civil war was a mistake?
Big time mistake, because before the war, Igbo, Eastern Nigeria was the fastest growing economy in the world. Fastest growing economy in the world before the war. Under Opara as premier of Eastern Nigeria. We are, as in other part of the region, Nabia and Igbo can do Igbo. We are doing well, growing fast. Industrialization, economically doing so well. And in civil servant, I do in army, I do in police, I do in custom, I do everywhere, I do, and I do bright, near Mofma, non-business, non-economy, non-industry. As in, name more potentials. Oya kaziki na abu duku. Apo as na ebu ndi Igbo na 30,000 ugwu asa yes o mana agha abụrụ ya abụrụ option na agha abụọ kwa ogunde na agbalụ nwa ya. Mana just like radicalized youth ndị nke radical name. And as you buy as nkewe ojukwunye anyị mmanya aje Igbo ka igba bogo na ntụmanda Hausa aje na agha bụ egbe. Ogbe ya na power strategy. America as big as they are. Don't go to war, no matter how small a country is, without doing their work well. How? Looking for collaborators, countries that will support them. Partners. Man, they are use their ground. They are doing work on the side of the country. You want reach, we reach before Haji. You don't just wake up. But I don't blame him. He worked 20-something years then. So maybe youthful exuberance. Because it could have been managed. Okay, only declare state of Biafra, they will mad at that. The federal government with all their partners, global partners, we fight you and bring you back. What happened? They did boundary adjustment program. We will look purposefully for us. We will every know we within another state. K is Eastern Nigeria. Go and go. If you declare Biafra, I will divide Eastern Nigeria. Ekelefa. Kelun can do family Kenya. Kelo you need the more you got now, Baru. Kelo, people don't have to see no Baru. Kenya, Hango in the Kenya rivers. Or Ebema, the part with oil, the Kenya rivers. Party with oil, and only will be the may bundle adjustment would be economically stranded. Be again, that's the cause of the war. The next thing MLB after the war announced war, I will say no announce some general something. Only can no announce or not you negotiate the prime minister. You need prime minister and head of economy during the war. Where even what they before, we are not Zika and politics, or what we say, we want to know what we nature was one another work and you announce for indigenization policy. Yeah, then Nigeria go to come in Dutch Amwell. Ndibu Mamaka the policy. Mamaka impact. When I wage level, here you have I'm sure be 20 pounds. So I am going to be I am going to be share. India Hausa Amara share. This but we go share we those multinational companies because of the war. So how did the war benefit us? So another Kumakanu Mandebu na the question can I do Togo and Congo, Gabon, and Ozarabia.
Yes.
So what I'm saying, war didn't benefit us. And we don't need it again. We are rebuilding. I rebuild Jebedi. We are still rebuilding. So tomorrow, when you see a bossy, no, you say, na high about mad water. Killing war gigi. Making about water. You are just putting our people at risk. And now, okay, oh, Madiga, Bobby. Nobody here emotion, nobody here unzobu. You don't need it. You don't need it. If we actually the sense, now what that thing. Can go there against you? Here and some marginalization, all political marginalization and economic marginalization. Yes, but if you look at deeply, the average Igbo man is not worse hit. Have you been to North? Have you been even the remote area of Yoruba land? They have power states. Have you been there? I've been to some of these states. If you've been to those areas, you find out that your people are not worth it in terms of individual. Probably due to our economic activity, individual effort. But the point is that we are not worst. So why are you putting our people? Open it on Biafra. You go fine. Mana,
Yes.
If you are not about visual Biafra, that's okay. For economic development. Kai railway. Kai partner with state. Kai encourage that place for mountain state government. And Igbo in diaspora. Kai raise you Kaluba infrastructure. Kai Luba infrastructure. Today, thank God. Nakabuari na Apple no sign a deal, making railway about exclusive, not an exclusive bill. Private sector and state can go into railway these days. So thank God Noko. Kabuari na Apple, he signed a law, energy bill, decentralizing the energy. So today, state can generate, state can give license to bring and generate it. Now within the area. So why are we not working on these things? We have gas. Can't we put pressure for the gas to allow us to pipe gas? We have the gas. Why are we not putting pressure in our AKK, Adokuta Kanu gas pipeline that is piping to north, which is oil SARS have the contract, is doing the contract, worth $2.5 billion. Why is this now? Oga within Southeast Union. These are the areas that you should be talking about. What they say in the Biafra, what they Biafra. Stop deceiving our people and causing trouble. And if you are what you was not blowing Igbo. Now the word Igbo the cause. If only say don't come. If ona no na za what achazi ho na eme. Also na Igbo IBO stop or use Igbo. Igbo the cause. Igbo name the cause, not Biafra. You have blown Igbo that he is not an Igbo man. Now today saying no Igbo, Igbo is on trial. Igbos are not on trial. Kanu is on trial because man we are on arrogant. Oh, when this na why the Sunday Igbo na not be free. See, Sunday Igbo won't befa. Or so won't do befa. Or so this man 2000. Or so won't the police. Or so police or. Also by Murtala Mohammed airport or also no, he did not. He was fighting, saying, "Na the bandit na Biafra that he will defend for defense." Not if not that was what he was saying. He did not order for police stations to be burned down or for policemen to be killed. He did not order for any sort of destruction. He was seen as a patriot that want to defend his people, not to kill or to kill them.
Yes.
So, Gomez, and when the leaders they are on ya, but had the strategy, have not achieved maybe the year presidency and achieve with it. How we get on ya, or get hunting, will get hunting. You want that?
Yes.
Mana onye nkai, ije boy, you watch I was in hunting car, or Patalana, or maybe Hoto. You know, see, ne otua, si otua, rapi otua, otua, you may be doing one here, maybe go go down here, or Manqueno, or Jane or him, a did eating women bottle, he block Buzo, sit bay at home, force banding mother and all that. What are you doing? You are danger, you are messing up the economy of the zone. You are scaring away investors. You are creating panic. You are creating bottleneck. 21st century is a century of speed. Any business or bonus speed. Let me give you a typical example.
Okay.
Before now, banks, every bank in Ghana, Alu Bank, 6th Avenue. Okay, ma?
Yes.
When the traffic they build up, because 21st century is a century of speed, business of speed. If you are not delivering fast, always at the time, in the bank, is express. In my why? Because people in 21st century, people actually waste time before traffic. Now, Jane Express is Yellow Bazia Bank. People got be issue with traffic. To tell you something, what India they were destroying our economy. I mean the Kalo and Go, and it's quite unfortunate. And for that sake, Nandi Boko Haram Nandi Boko Haram for that second Nandi Boko Haram no more na disturb fa na hana gagali lo and this year a lot of Boko Haram members have been killed and but that's by the way onye kwunu to isi aje when Boko Haram dey na nolo ba anya anya blond Boko Haram anya chọrọ such activity anya dey make competition. They try to compete with technology, innovation, and what have you. But now, why na Boko Haram in Southwest has done something within Lagos cluster. What have they done? They've tried so much to make Lagos a free from violence crime, which reinsured investors. Have you studied how Warri collapsed? I'm writing a book on collapse of Warri. Warri was an oil city. Crisis, collapse, Warri. Today, Warri be a major oil hub in Nigeria. As you are finishing school, you are looking to get job in Warri or Port Harcourt. Lagos will last.
Wow.
Warri collapse. Investors left. I have a colleague, my colleague, no UK, or an indigenous of Warri. The other day in Akalia. How also today, nothing they happen again. KK or recharge card. 9 they do now. Now Warri.
What happened? Why did it collapse? What happened?
The crisis, the Ijo and the Urobo crisis. And as you compete with Igbo and as from there, they started having crisis. Started triggered war. Warri won 1998, 1999, 2000 war. Warri. They messed. What happened? Investors now moved. Companies now moved their headquarters to Lagos. The business Warri hub was driven by oil and gas activities. It collapsed. That is how crisis can collapse the economy. Because investors they want where they are, their family will be at peace. And when they move their family, what happened? If the family had been open a family here, or move a family, the implication is that Oyaza spend the go for Noka, Noka could move family out.
Yes.
The woman will not go to buy something for food, and the money will not circulate. Then the school, or private school, thereby the school will lose money.
Yes.
And the economy will continue to lose money. That's it. And businesses started closing down after the migration of the elites from Warri.
Yes.
That was how Warri collapsed. The collapse of Warri. Today, most of them, and Lagos avoid it. Lagos needs strong such thing in Lagos. So, I have a problem now, Port Harcourt. For instance, when Port Harcourt had the first problem, the nightlife activity moved to Warri from Port Harcourt. Hotel Bidoluba, no Warri. What am I saying? Now look at what is happening in Anambra. Asaba is benefiting. Asaba is booming. That is crisis. And again, we are yet to have a strategic PR management that we can work with this insecurity. How is it we manage it? Can they manage insecurity and Abago so that business can come back to Southeast? People can afford it and I give you an example. I was in Maiduguri the other when. That was after the war crisis in Maiduguri. So can land in airports? I land in airports. Now Maiduguri. I was thinking where's the name of Maiduguri? I never his name Maiduguri. I found I'm as in perception where. Otan come when not where that perception na Igbo. No whether na Igbo. You got to be that they are what they are thinking. So as we are restoring security to our land, we should also be working on PR, media management. Kamaka is in position so that people can have confidence and start coming back to invest and what have you, so that our people will have jobs. For instance, you want to get your staff here 500,000 a month. Okay, ma?
Yes.
Because economic activity, economic activity, only a month in earn 20-30 million from big companies in Anambra. You can be able to pay such to your staff. That's why we need to see economic angle of this nonsense agitation. And a problem, yes. But what you are bringing is not a solution. You are damaging, you are causing more problem for us. You save when you see now. Yes, this is now where money hanging up. That is what we are saying.
Dalu.
Every election victory begins with a good media projection and visibility. For this reason, BAM Interview has created this campaign space for all our political candidates to reach out to Igbo and convincingly tell them why their votes should be in your favor. Hurry now, contact the numbers on your screen today. Let's take you a step closer to your victory.
Dalu. You talked about that where you disagreed with the whole Nnamdi Kanu strategy was when violence was now introduced and everything. I was listening to Nnamdi Kanu's interview with Sahara TV, I think 11 years ago or thereabout. He was saying that there is no revolution in the world that happened without violence, that you should show him one, that any revolution that is bound to happen must be violent. What do you have to say about that?
Thank you. That was an indictment. That was an indictment. The point is that what is revolution? He couldn't even define revolution. Because I'm not defining revolution. What do you want to achieve? Okay, how does killing your people in the name of violence we give you? Because opening a agitation for state creation for new nation, he would map a draw strategy, deputy, got to do that. You start working on it. Man, a situation whereby you say, no, any nation, Gabon nation, now give me violence. See, I don't want violence to have to create a country in the first place. Obule Zoku, young one, Adi check of man. Open no check of Momalu, me on accordia possible. Also, now you violence. We see a potato do be violence. Yeah, potato do be. Ojo, because now you violence. Now you bully. You are going to call and I you boom mad. You draw your kid in that we are.
But he has lost a couple of people in the struggle too. They say his parents and then some relatives. At home here.
Na propaganda. Mgbe ndị amị ji ebi makwala amalụ ịma ndị adị good na propaganda, and because when the government had account ha na their propaganda. But let me tell you, mgbe ndị amị bịara ha bụ ụzọ ataki ndị amị na gala onwefa na aga patrol boys ya na-atụ okwute ndị amị ahụ na-achị azụ wee jee reinforce atụgide ndị amị okwute wee reinforce wee bịazie in full force ndị agbapụ bie ọnọdụ n'ụlọ that day. Why is it na onwere onye okwu egbu ọsọ nkịtị ya Jack na abụ ka agbara egbe mana ife a na-ekwe o mere the loss no they kill Jack and few others. He couldn't mention them. Na papia na mamia asị na-egbu papia ma na-egbu papia na mamia nwụrụ ọfa like ndị ọzọ na onwere onye gba ha egbe, onwere onye gbu ha, onwere onye kidnap, onwere onye kpọọ ọfa dịka Nnamdi Kanu ndị otu esi mee so many parents ndị mmadụ. Ọsọ n'ụlọ, what did he lose? Onye golu nọ na Canada, did he lose? He was making money. Also no lose. When they make money, go to chalk for primary school anywhere in Igbo land. But the point is this. OJ study and in the southern Cameroon Abanzonia. They destroy southern Cameroon. Agitation. Agitation, he closed those schools. close school, you are creating self-injury. You didn't make any diplomatic engagement of any type to convince any country to even support you or to give you diplomatic cover. None. And what? It just not even an Igbo. Important to that's a photo, to that's a picture. He made holy, and the crowd you now mom de faka and now about is that not stupid? You are interrupting the man or he puts you to he go army checkpoints and all that. What is that how to create a state? And have you asking now you believe might be it's when I hold them a mere more papier, more 1 year, more young on me, or what also. Open up there. No, the Okaluna you also go jail, no, you do no, rather. One day I said, so boy, and Messiah.
Dalo. In that same interview that I talked to you about, that Sarah TV interview, the host, Rodolph Okonkwo, raised this issue that I think you've raised there, that the influence here were form a political party. And then change what he say he does not like. He raised the issue with Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu said that they have tried that with Apoga and it failed. I think what he was referring to could be when Odumegwu contested for the Nigerian president, and then even Igbo did not vote for him. You know, what do you have to say about that? He said that they have tried political involvement and it failed with Apoga. What do you have to say about that?
He fell with Apoga. It was fell with Apoga. The thing is this, Apoga na Anambra.
Yes.
One, you only one obodo agitation for state creation during Apoga.
Yes.
That is one. So all the Apoga was just for how many Igbo alternative to PDP and all this. Man, obodo Oduku brought part of formation of Apoga. He was brought in after the formation. Kobe flag bearer. And let me even tell him, no region can be president without another. You must apply, you must work on handshake across on Hausa man produce Fulani man boom president on their own. Yoruba man boom, Igbo man boom, need
alignment.
Yes. But Kanu has been anything related to alignment. He will be talking, abusing the other supposed partners. Instead, of course, na tribe can walk. Can walk. On can only be the boom. They don't care within 4 years. Go. If true, Arabeha can like Buraga, but the Arabeha Banavaga. But on that Kanu, they move war into there. On him or Wezo on any video on the place.
Yes.
And then the wine.
Yes.
Before the video. Or Twan gets Abu Imokande Bunubo. Bugo Bondo or when no meeting. Boni Neji go Anambra when no meeting. When no meeting, we mobilize in Nupuego over 500 million naira. Raise Bego. We say their own security. We're too baha. Partner with the conventional security. We're too baha. We secure Obo. They retrieve Obo from them. In the side, Dania, man, side, the Gamma here, man. Why not? I am maybe more than able to fly in Anocha more. Now, side Anam. Makan Haman ha kidnap on Madeba, no, where ya Kubo. Then you get to an hour, say, I have quite a Kubo. When you boy, Abu, every fly out. A boy about kidnap on Madeba Kubo. Because nobody can have that over the Yankana. Non-state, let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu, non-state actor. You are not going to buy I let me tell you, after the 9/11, after this, the world changed in terms of terrorism. He couldn't even push your argument. And let me tell you, now 2015, the World Igbo Congress, how Nandemad Webaka Sialiaro. When And I call Fulani herdsmen and all that. He saw opportunity when launch your ESN, Eastern Security Network. Now we fight and that Fulani. Before then, I appeared in radio station when Yoruba people now form Omotogun. I was asked what the position Igbo. The Igbo get form. Where so far, Nnamdi Igbo was centrally controlled in terms of that. Then we're a community-based security network. Now, what Igbos will do is to strengthen their community vigilance group and create a link, interlocal governments. The Nnamdi or Rukune have a problem. They can reach out to the local government, other community mobilize their support. No, they said existing infrastructure, then strengthen and create another administrative link up so that every community can get donated to the extra problem. But the governors are also not thinking fast. Then this guy waits for opportunity where launch I have one, they are not state actor. I want to legal to Haji we do there. Have to go illegal. They can eat and na federal government na trouble is where target terrorists. Can we that we pass the ball have one net. But Haji did at 215 Hana attack terrorists. But I have no evidence. We buzere we the mother we may one as when the mother we go 2000 you make it watch him go motor show a good judgment. He mentioned the 2000 open mention no collaborative evidence where the guy did no article have put 2000 that moment say they consult mention no bosses you go police mention no how many police go 128 mention no how many dam you go mention no how many number of police stations about 100 and something police stations within the period. What then is terrorists? So the thing is this. It's not getting like Germany, Europe, so you know why they focus on even America actually no go better, can no go better. China can no go better. Reason is that they know the implication. Begging and there. So they are building the economy, creating job for their people, creating confidence for investors to come to bring their money and create job. No na hotel room, no na ring light, or say it here, or some make sure nobody should move. Only open a short or down economy. How can people hand their destiny in the hand of somebody? I don't know. Emotional instability na disturb. No ga bono ka otutu ku ofie obodo awasa. Okuru eni ndị otu radicalized members ejegbu ndị mmadụ. Imakwa ndị egwu Dr. Ezenwa, one of the best surgeon. Now otu ọ na-eji fu ndị ọgụ ya ABPC. Wow. One of the best surgeon in Nigeria. Habulie. Dr. Akonyili, Hebulie. Nke a bụ nnukwu mmadụ Ojemba Nnewi 70-something years old man retired. Ọ na-anakwado onwe Port Harcourt, obi Port Harcourt. A surveyor. Nigeria onwe ọ na-achọ nsogbu, ọ na-ebubo nwere ihe gbasara na politics, na-ada. Habulie. Ọ bụ na Port Harcourt road the block, ọ chọkọ gba ụzọ Ifitokwa. Ha gbuo ede. That old man, ndị bịara ime Biafra. Kedu ndị ma agụ? Yeah, I'm good because I'm following this thing even before I travel. And I feel bad. So, in the line, hey, Busego Balanana. Only one man on 25th December, yeah, 25th December, Nanibo. And I want to have a good Christmas, Canadian. And that only a bit, you move for it. Kelly, Honorable Artuku, Barrister Artuku, only one law at the GJ, on your bomb. When filling station, or they did it from back, but not a bumble. Habuye, BPC. Don't prepare. I have put away a little Okay, honorable, every police. So these things are Igbo about. The land is angry with Nnamdi Kanu and group. And I said it before. That's why he was arrested. That's why Eba was in jail. the land is very, very bitter with them, land of Igbos. And that's why none of them can go without being punished, because Obozi mmadụ na-anụ the God, and the land has stand. Ụfọdụ na-asị, why na ndị Igbo ejereje, Igbo leaders ejereje ebel ya ma ọ jee negotiate kọpụta? Ka m gwa gị, ịma na nke izu ọ pụtara apụta na Igbo leaders jere iji ọkụ ịma.
Yes.
When you bare condition, all the bare condition in the off. Now, only be now, apart from that, when I get to only you make shorty nga, because in my case, it means shorty. As a put up only in anaka,
providing.
And I get to any Nayabali Benga for not producing him. Any Nasa, na different na Saka. Ima no one phone Igbo jikwe makambani assign bell ekuno onye ufonye wote onye nwere property worth 500 million na Abuja. Onye Igbo onye Anambra with that property worth 500 million naira for his bell. Ima ko also the federal government seizes the property. Mgbe jidere from Kenya onye ngwe je wesi ngwa sinyezie nu property mgbe jidere asia mba na oblo jidere property di Igbo man. Now that property worth 5 billion naira kita. Or now, on mad million, or now to the person need agree. Nobody's talking about it. Now, in our secret, you might go put time come appear near Israel, and the person where they have also, and I back up when he get there. Go put alone, Oma appear in Israel, my hope. You hope na. That day, na ndị media shorty in Africa na Gamana, hey, when you don't worry, na how you win special place when the Biafra comes. So, you know, the mother there, and I call here, the mother angry with what he did. So, and I ask him, okay, we put a can you can, or an Igbo president, Nyamudu, Ibaliana. So now I mean, can I never enough to support you? No, the president of Igbo nation, over 40 million Igbos whom and away, whom and abroad, is an answer to all you. And then after some weeks or days, in one attempt to bomb Nyamodo's house, Nenugu. That is it. Then after Nyamodo, we elect Professor George of Omuma, Professor of International Relations, former Nigerian ambassador to Cyprus, former Nigerian ambassador to US, and former Nigerian ambassador to Israel. Over 80 years old man, respected old man, Professor Ubiozo. Nnamdi Kanu, they issued letter that they don't recognize him. After a while, they went and bombed his house. You know, the document the old man sued on war. They committed so much sacrilege in Igbo land. A judge was sitting. They had a judge in Nise, a judge, magistrate judge in Imo State. See, so what is the definition of terrorism? So I know as in the Igbo, can the Igbo is obviously the Igbo Zanata, the Igbo Ghana Zanata. My wicked economy. Wicked economy is the economy. Okay, every weekend, the Banata, my post the Madanata. Hananati, my capital flight. Money they bring into economy that weekend. Only Nata, only not spending nearly 2 million higher spending our economy. Me go to me only message, Yaga Dozier, being an Abata next week. Moe pony nka okwo we ga bata na village me pony esi ya si eri ogidi na bata na ya egolo ogidi ya eri na e ga bata na village me pony ya asuchana. That is how money moves into Anambra and Igbo economy every weekend. This guy disrupted that economic activity that is so unique about Igbo. Almost when but I go within a village everywhere because of unknown government. The madam also. So they cause so much pain in our land, and some of us are saying that it is a time for all of us to be speaking against this. So that Hadama now Because ịgba ha nkịtị ọ bụrụ incentive more people now join tie na ọmaka.
Don't you see the logic that some people are bringing in that ESN is different from unknown gunmen and different from autopilot? That now IPOB is not the one that is doing unknown gunmen. That now Umuoma Kanu di iche from Umuoma Ekpa. Autopilot. Don't you see the thing that they say that why do we link everything to Nnamdi Kanu? That they are different. Go ahead. Even the sit at home that were being observed, they said Nnamdi Kanu did not order it. No, Simon Ekpa. You know, what do you have to say about that?
You see, everything with contrary evidence against Nnamdi Kanu. Now, unknown government, but Nnamdi Kanu did here. When he want to go and attack police, attack unknown government, even opening the follow Nnamdi Kanu down, even a report there was what evangelism took place by unknown government. They want an attack, announce proudly evangelism unknown government. We know, and because that may be happy before the AGD unknown government they operate we go before we AGD in June. Mind you, now early November 2020, Kaha made the first burning of properties. In Kiabon, about this, visiting those places that are born in Anambra, especially Newi, Osumenu, Ubo, Amici, Ozobolo, and Ichi. Those areas are born, my NEC, my police, my road safety, are born. Hana born, Hana Zulu, my machine, and the Maduna Bago side or smooth. It will all happen. So, as at that time, Nnamdi Kanu, because he was thinking that NSAS and lead to it is as a Nigeria Yasa. Then after that incident, Habidozie operate with the Boazia police. But when you make a video, see the police. Unknown government. I already ESN. I don't like police or I don't like ESN. No, unknown government. So when I'm working out the when the person is deceiving himself. And if I watch here, when Nnamdi Kanu did it, already in the Alua, but in the Bugo Obalaba. So Habuzelo Naga, and again, I make raise money. Uzele Zuri, name everything on that auto. So, Banasana Nnamdi Kanu has stop. They have some banana, Nnamdi Kanu. Because also, eight women are talking leadership. Also, I support to put hand because that time Hannah we make able from crime so much. So when I work in Onya ditch and Onya ditch, I ask you, or Hanchabu the same not them. Because they gave video Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu, it's difficult for anybody to defend their video evidence. You open. So Nnamdi Kanu had reach and you own a video can well. A big Nnamdi Kanu Sina. Now what is a DJ na Iba? Now Iba is bringing another style to this thing. Iba was na ya be terrorists, man Nnamdi Kanu no be terrorists because these are the same thing. They believe that if they inject fear, they take control. Their people at all here.
Thank you. Nnamdi Kanu raised the issue of jurisdiction. That Nigeria law court has no jurisdiction to try him. Because his radio station is not situated in this country, you know, and then a lot of people are actually buying into that Nigeria has no right to try him. What do you have to say about that? Jurisdiction.
Okay. In Cambo, his own thinking, because he committed offense in two countries where he stands to commit the offense. One, that's the UK. The second, where his offense affected, where his offense created victims, which is Nigeria. So, any of these countries that arrest him first, we prosecute him. UK, where he stands to call for killing of Nigerians. But another place, if UK find him, they will try him. Then Nigeria, where his offense had some impact, we also jail him. So his argument is immaterial. He hang him in the UK, mad buying, gbuo police, gbuo nka. Ị na-akọla anyị no UK. Biko ya abịa zaa ajụjụ because police ị na-asị gbuo police anyị, police Nigeria, ọ bụ police UK. Na ozi ahụ izizi ndị be gị ha ji eme na ha emego kwuo mana enwere repercussions, enwere consequences na ihe iwu anyị kwuru. So that argument here does not hold water. Our police has been killed. Our army has been killed by your directive, which you did from UK. On a normal, Nigeria has capacity to seek for extradition or to move him to diplomatic channel. Nigeria. Now UK has also jurisdiction to try it. So, or multi-nation jurisdiction in terms of his offense. So the argument Haneme doesn't hold water as far as I'm concerned.
Dalorin. A lot of people are criticizing OUK, Odious Okalo. I think he's just one of the Igbo leaders that have come out to condemn what Nnamdi Kanu is doing.
Yeah.
You know, openly, even coming from Abia State and then everything, same state with Nnamdi Kanu. Then people like P2B has actually said that Nnamdi Kanu is not supposed to be arrested. Chief Priest too, Brain Jota too, you know, some of these Igbo celebrities. You know, what do you have to say about the stance of some of these Igbo notable sons and daughters?
That is what makes Igbo strong. Having opinion. Having different opinion, allowing everybody. That was what Nnamdi Kanu never allowed people to have. Everybody should in Igbo land. I be a meeting. Only open right in opinion. You are rich, my poor. Any conflict, may vote. Or we try to have ability to harmonize conflicting opinion, to have a common opinion in the agenda. How to say this? Odious Okalo position is what I have been told. What is the position? Again, now nobody is talking about 30,000 persons killed. That's the victim. That they're also human beings. That was Odious Okalo's position. And I agree with him. Because nobody is talking about the action reality to their death. The business that shut down because of the pharmacy manufacturing firm at the or local government that shut down and looted by them. At the peak of this, let me tell you, most of the big men name business within that Anambra have run away, including Igbo. Most of them moved away from their business because of the activity of these people. And what the implication? Our own partnership bring to expand their business. And that's why Asaba is moving today, because of Nnamdi Kanu and some others. What am I saying? I agree with you, Odious Okalo. Because I was Robin and Yadia one Nnamdi Kanu the V2, Abu Wine the V2. The implication is that because most of these people react, a blame on how some of them information now about Kanu was information when they are yet to go violent. Because opening man when Nnamdi Kanu can so be violent. That was their limitation. Abraham was the information about him. But when the letter information, such people are saying that how do we police? Let me tell you, one day one JD and then it is expected that Benya just Kedi my Haji Kulia, about Haji Ogman, at least Haji was more Obasia Bicon, Kedi also, Siak Muslim and all that. The man I hear, no, I hear that thing. That's one we bring that up, we could be on a baby in an Igbo. So, oh, but so only the two more Buhabul, Buhani, me, when they have Bugase, Buhani, Bakwane, Kedu, and you, I am an Igbo, maybe. That's why we are speaking for them. That man I speak. Na iku na iku mepeloma iku ni ihe melado okwa mmawo anyị okugo rapụzi ya memeziri ihe anyị sisi me mana anyị okugo that is wrong, that is not good, that what they did is not good, that our brothers and sisters have blood on man and aka anya adere ya na ometere bulu and ometere na-egbukwa maka ha ncha niile o nwere mmadụ ike Kanu ka akpọnata kịta na-ekpe ekpe o metere bulu ahụ ha na Igbo na-achụ ya ha na Igbo dị ile emerukwe na ana. So that's my position on Kanu and IPOB and all this. Only of them were right to have his opinion, but I am of the opinion that resolving the insecurity or whatever thing in the Southeast should be victim-centered. Omambo, the other way around. I near from the victims. We solve the problem. The good thing is that we are restoring security without Nnamdi Kanu in Southeast. The insecurity infrastructure put in place by Nnamdi Kanu through their ESN and unknown government across the modern area has been dismantled. The last one, Umuaka camp and all that. So, Ndi Igbo never restore their security. Or Mandizi, but it's happening small. Because on an stars, one open area of my business saying, Oga Shakwaru, when they business na Igbo. And opening when they take business, all man do qua. All man do open all on air, but what a name and a name.
Thank you.
So that's the essence of trying to say that what Nnamdi Kanu had Roma, so that next thing among will be.
We've seen some people from the north that also terrorize people. We've seen them being granted media interview and then some of them calling for negotiation. We've not seen any of them being arrested. People are saying, "Kekisi agrant is ndị na-eme na north interview, mana ndị na-eme na east na-ejenga." What do you have to say about that?
The truth is that there were a lot of bandits in Nonga, Mandi Burebu, Kanku. That's the truth. There were a whole lot of them Nonga, Mandi Burebu, Mandi Bube. Then when the Iga for some local governments in our village, negotiate and all that, which most of us condemned. Because all you ana the bandits and the terrorists ana ransom na hego. Hadi aposi. Hego ane go mongo na ememo. You have believe on a business anaga. Once you are giving them money, have believe on afia na azobria. Azusupe na African. So ha kidnap kwa and don't make the opposition criminal enterprise. E kidnap one man na state here. Government feel embarrassed. Government any commissioner or full commissioner abia say ka negotiate here. Mana commissioner ngwaro ndị a ha kidnap one but go gba. O je say government o ka ma negotiate here. Government say je do ka eme ihe. Government we go 300 million. O je nye kidnap 100, give 200. Okay. So the business continue. So you throw your another place. What had business? Do you get? So the point is that there should be a policy that don't negotiate with them. And that's why I'm also calling for how much is where return to cashless economy. Cashless, doing package of cash. Because that period, only be kidnapping. Age technology face here out because Haman when you kidnap or you see American transfer, so we need to because we use technology we also say one way about losses also need to nature. Nobody can go no back. We man bend money, you know, nobody can go no go. Do the attack losses zone down with manaka technology bill. You need the agent but nobody the data and labels. We give 2,000 or 5,000 years you could use. It will look at ATM, you will go or you know you for to make transfer to you go after. So no the money and about these person luxurious check because na hana di jigo. It you know to we face it out. So we need to come with technology to face up some of these challenges out. Without wasting, without energy, much energy.
Dalo. And a part that some of us are not talking, the repercussion of the amount of blood, but the spiritual repercussion, that Ebu Ocho, people are just so ndị mmadụ na village na-asụ ọhịa na-asụ ịghọtago enwe ike ikwu enwe ihe kedu the spiritual side of this thing in the next or ihe ga-recover in the next 5-10 years. Go ahead.
A ga-recover ma asị n'Igbo ha ya ayọ ndị ha ya ebelu ndị ahụ akwa bepụrụ ha akwa dịka n'Igbo dị gwa ha na aka fa adịrị ya ọbọkwa anyị gburu anyị sokwa anyị sọpọtụ ọkwa biko nu na anyị na-anya marụ one egburu ma anyị na-ayọ obodo abịa kwupụ okwu because ya nọ n'obodo kwupụ okwu si na ndị ọbụla egburu ma ndị egburu n'ike biko na anyị na-ayọ biko anyị na-ayọ unu mgbaghalụ unu na ọbọkwa obodo anyị asọpọtụ kwa anyị kwupụrụ okwu anyị nọrọ in support na ọgarịcha unu biko na amalụ ndị mere unu sowe na ha ndị mmeri ya na anyị nwe anyị soro rapụ obodo yọọ mgbaghalụ
How do we achieve that when we know that the custodians of our culture is our kings, ndị igwe, traditional rulers, and then some people are of the opinion that some ndị igwe nọcha ihe na-eme na ndị igwe macha ihe na-eme mgbe the team bidocha that na any igwe ma PG si na ọmarọ ndị na-eme ihe n'obodo ebu onye asị na some of them was even giving them information. So how do we achieve that ebe bụ na ndị igwe machakwa mgba nkịtị so ke ndị ga-eje yozi biko na-abụrụ ndị igwe? Go ahead.
Ndị igwe bụ victim ịmara ha many igwe ha bụ kedu ihe ndị igwe ya eme ebe ha bịa gba polisi ọkụ gba polisi awalọsọ igwe ya report polisi igwe ya nọziri igwe most igwe na those area gbapụ igwe iseke mgba na obodo oyibo igwe liru gbapụ affe toluru ebe igwe iseke was the former chairman of Anambra South Traditional Group. I know this area too well. I know and my igwe iseke former retired soldier Biafra soldier ọgbapụ and so many igwe. So kedu igwe ga-eme mgbe ndị ji egbe bịa gbuo polisi gbuo amị polisi na-agba ọsọ onye igwe ya rịpọtụ? So ndị obodo ma ndị agha si ịmana ha nọrọ saịdị anyị ha ka mpụsịrị na Iseke Lilu Osumo Ukpo Osu Ifitukwa and all those areas ndị mmadụ ama ha mana onwere ihe ị ga-eme ị na-ama ndị ọya bụ ha ide ha anya ọbụla ile ọfụma ha gbuo gị ozugbo. So when igwe the handicap some igwe ha bịa kpọrọ ifu onwe video m na-egosi igwe ndị ha bịa kpọrọ ipu ha ilu bosses igwe n'Imo State kpọrọ ha doing na ha igwe some of them over 70 years doing ha n'onunu na-aghasa ha na-were egbetu di ya n'isi ọ dịka igwe dịka onye ala ụmụazị enwe respect ha metọla ana. So on this note obodo just about igwe obodo ya gbakọ ọnụ kwubie okwu kpee ekpele yọọ ha mgbaghalụ sị ya na aka anyị adọ ọkụ ya o mete egbulu yeso na ụmụ m yeso na ndị bụ anyị aka anyị adịghị anya sọpọtụ ọbọdụ sọ na aka anyị na anyị adọkwa sọpọtụ.
Yes.
Because onwe ndị ha tọgburu na onwe ndị ha ji ụdọ wee kwugbu ha na-ebe na-asụ ude wee nwụọ na-ekwubi okwu onwe ndị ha na-egbu ndị agha na-ekwu okwu ha bụ most of them ha bụrụ ha n'ike most of them ha bụrụ egbe ka ha ji gbagbu ha ji mma na ha ga-ewu. So some of these things bụ otu aka nzicha ha ga-ebisi bido mere cleanse and they believe na some communities emewe gị already like Lilu and others ha nche emewe gị.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. Teta n'ụtụtụ mee exercise gị sweat, that sweat is very important. Ịba na garden gị bele akwụkwọ nri sie nri, very natural food. Or ife your body need. Just nri ọbụla dị etu Chukwu si kee. Dalo.
Ka anyị na nchịkọta, is Biafra a feasible project at all? Biafra.
One, Biafra is not feasible. Let me tell you again, it's not. And Biafra, even Biafra of 1970, 1969, was Biafra of now. The claim of territorial claims does the same. Biafra of today in Akwa Ibom is not ready to follow you. Cross River is not ready to follow you. And and again, Biafra is nobody is giving you Biafra. What we should be talking about visual Biafra. Visual. Why do I mean visual? Biafra that doesn't exist. That mindset focus on the economic growth. How do I grow my economy so that I can negotiate? How do I need them? How do I, or if I'm focusing on education, how do I build a tech hub in Southeast? Now, man, Southeast, I think Silicon Villa, or technology, mal Southeast, in pool technology. Can you hear the Malai? Open education, how do we build a world standard education sector that the world, or focus on AI and technology, focus, or can you do a malfa? That's the area I have to say now. How do you develop your transport sector infrastructure so that logistics movement can be easy within the hub? What are we negotiating with? What is our negotiating power? Our economy is down. Our population or economy. What is our negotiating power? Let us forget this defeatist mentality. Let us take advantage of the little we have and start driving it. Look at the law, enabling law. Now the law has given you power for energy, power generation, giving you power for railway and what have you. Explore these things and start working on this, or put pressure on the government where necessary for them to look less on these things and are called state creation or distraction. Biafra, distraction. Instead, focus on the energy. Nobody is okay. Every year we are sending 100 youths to study AI, technology and AI abroad every year. And I'm best school. I raise the fund. I'm not academy. So that now within so year, we go do very strategic on this sector. On the choose sector, drive beer. Okay, today, each people talking about you may hair transplant and teeth, skin transplant. No, I have the best in the world.
BBL. BBL too.
Yeah, yes, all have the best. Or as in the world, and I did for anything like that. So if we choose who I focus on here beyond the trade and commerce I am in Kanu also. So email you try man, I got this solid. Man, no Kabia, asking a Biafra. One day when I say Biafra that be Bobna. You can immediately Biafra me boy choy je. Oh my god no move boss na when that would too lego. Was it catch very good na the color to lego to ma went to na Omerizin case or their KG, maybe or wanted the Biafra or Tino men at trouble, Tina the zone at trouble. Only one man came with that time. Was Nana Biafra so Jago. My dad has so. When I call my dad here, we say to office, and we branch in the GTC Oka. We branch at different Abakleke, all this. The man we raise, ask, I'm maybe going to registration. The man we book it. So this thing was a game for job men. On the Obale again now. And then the buy when you have an ecology, draw question. Actually, the mother saying, no need to present I in Biafra from nature. For the Makamophone, it's never going to you well, na Biafra. What is going to happen? No, but when it's Niego, na Biafra, I minister.
And then I heard that some people in the village, some of those boys are also waiting to claim the houses there.
God bless
and
you.
Claim your mansion as a rich man.
Oh, when they ask him, "Children, na Biafra na Biakita, ni cheno ya ini me." Ibu moto gabi cheno ya ini. Mo ne de moto bi oye wo na Biafra de bu. Anali go moto na ime moto na. Anali ki kwa anali munye gi bunye. No, that's his idea of Biafra. And again, Biafra to them, but na onye nwe na Biafra dala no nwolu. Onye nwe aka olu Biafra do. See. Biafra yourself, Bidokita, Biafra Gibolo, Oboni will call them Wall, Onye Wall, and that's why at the time you watch him behind him, at the time, Ndana hand after her saying, is that what Biafra should be? Ibu Muta Abagebe, Ibu Muta Abagebe, he go out, I draw a question, he bred Abagebe, how we could complex it rests off my problem. Biafra.
Because people stopped driving luxurious cars. Everybody started disguising.
Nwanne m ọ na-abịtacha afụ ka ihe enjoy ikwu ego gị zowe ọ bụ ewu ka ihe enjoy ego gị ịdala afụ maka na a na-eme Biafra anyị Igbo should be our fortress. Ọ kwesịrị ihe anyị na-achụgọ ọsọ Igbo nata na Igbo that peace izuche ike nata elugide ọrụ Igbo nata na Igbo bịa zuo ike. Ihe ndị Igbo na-emekwere mgbe onye nọrụ na mba na-alụ ọrụ na-edozi bi ebe ya na retirement. Bụkwa na Igbo ka ya na Igbo ka ya na retirement.
Yes, ancestral home.
Ọ na-alụ na-edozi bie ka ọ ya esidere ya mma ma ọ nataba retirement ya. Ọ natacha retirement ewunye ọkụ ebe ọ ya agbajizi. Isi na-eme IPOB na-eme unknown government. A na-akọrọ ya aka ụmụ ọma. Mana the truth bụ na it is the informed, minority informed. It's left for the minority informed to inform majority uninformed for there to be a general information across the board. It is the minority informed that we inform the majority uninformed for there to be an informed larger members of the society. So we are now informing the majority uninformed for them to be informed. Now this thing is not possible. And ihe nna anyị ka ha na-eme adịrọ mma. Because mgbe anyị na-ekwu iwọcha na-akpọghị but some of us are stubborn to stand on issue we believe that is good. Because sometimes crowd is not always right. Yes, crowd is not always right. And that's some of the problem of democracy, which Aristotle kicked against. That it open up the system for onye amari. He just need, he can control the crowd. What I'm saying in essence is that leadership sometimes is not following the crowd. Sometimes it's the ability of the leader to see what is right for the people, even when the people are not seeing it. That is where it will become agenda-setting personality leaders. It set agenda. Because you see ahead of them. You think ahead of them. No, I don't do that. Even when I manage PR, I manage image as a career. When I manage in the boardroom, I tell my client how it is. This thing will not work in-house. Now, I say, no, because I should be able to tell you the truth ahead of time. But the point is that Igbo must be bold. Tell Onyobuna, the Biafra is not coming. It's not there. There is no room where the chance is happy here and now. Sit down and plan how to get the power and use it for and do the boom. Not gonna apply they have grab boy. We did do good bear or power in China. Give me a bapple, all of the lose. No, I will go power in the Doziba. In a day, he wapples young boy because he would win job. See one below till the grab boy, we need to see a boom. Will go no when I will do the boom. Not only will go no when they do Ziba. He won't have been shot up with ya. Meanwhile, you will go with Dozie. Jeweki will take one and you will do Ziani. That is what it should be. And how do you do it? How do you manage the whole, all these things? Convince others to believe in you. Obodo apaso de give we say Biafra. Oya paso mo na gani obodo na agba ball. Man in a work, man be paso Biafra go fear na ti we po. Nwi ni ebi. Aye di wayo, ana agwa gi na ede, ana ede opowa, ana azu the draft. Obodo apaso gi we say paso gi we in wayo. Na ede. Oh yeah, you Yoruba. Even Bapasu Mboye Abdullah has between that 1999 now had to go 2 times with vice president.
Yes.
They benefited them. Obasanjo moved gas pipeline to Ota and Sango, Ogun State. That singular act move over 40% or about 40% of the industrial capacity of Lagos to Ogun State. Why? Because of gas pipeline. That's why I keep on telling them, Nandi Igbo will be strategic. Why are you being happy in Alo Second Niger Bridge? Now, Igbo project. It's not Igbo project. It's not Southeast project. Because it connected two zones, Southeast and South-South. Why would you be happy about? Why would you be celebrating it at the team federal government in Melody? Whereas the Southwest, they are not celebrating it. Because they are telling federal government, if not done enough for us, if not done for anything for us, thereby federal government will be looking to do more. When I do connect boom na beha and asina emegologi, thereby asina emegologi. No, it's not our project. It is an inter-regional project that connects two states that are in different zones. Why is it that the other zone is not seeing it as their own project? And that's not strategic. I keep on saying it. The Niger Bridge, good, but we should not be seeing it as a federal government. We should be demanding for more. Have you seen Delta State or Southwest saying this is our project, Second Niger Bridge? Now, Lorraine project. No, they are not, because they are demanding for more. It is all about being strategic. But yes, the problem in Southeast politics is that at a time, the thinkers are being pushed out of the politics because of the type of money Jazzo election. The money bags that used to bring Jazzo elections is in a higher energy representatives. And how had they are they so busy? How are they strategic? Before, the people select those that will go for them. The funders will bring money and fund all the election, even during the Zeke and what have you. So that's also the problem of Southeast. They are sending people that are not strategic.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
You can go ahead, Mobina, and we
Okay. I believe that Southeast and Igbo should be strategic in so many areas and pursue strategic infrastructure and collaboration that will drive them. How does Nakanda Igbo? Stop here, think about what we should be looking at again. That's why now governors like Anambra governor had their water policies of Abuja. The governors, including Soludo, after had so busy, Noka, from Obianoma, okay, that's right, but after had so busy with triangular Mapita, after had so busy now with the triangular economy. City Noka, target a coca, revenue from a coca on the channel Navy. That triangular economy. They don't see the budget politics of National Assembly of Abuja. They don't lobby for budget, for capital projects to come from federal government to Anambra. They don't move money to lobby. That's why we spend money to build our airport. Ebony collected from federal. You will be collected from federal to build their state airport. Strategic thinkers, you must understand the business. Any annual budget of the federal government, how much are you bringing to the state from federal as a governor? That is when you lobby. You can send, if I am the governor of Anambra State, for instance, I will have my special advisor that focus on National Assembly and the federal government budget. And in my budget, the Minister of Agriculture. Open a budget go 1 trillion. I will make sure I get 10% of it to Anambra anyway. Budget of Federal Minister of Health, of Education, Health, and all that. I will make sure I bring something to complement what I'm doing. Open all maybe politics of Igbo one, Anambra. That is understanding politics of the nation. Open no kana ndi keke na atwe go ya na tanu keke. Odo enough. Iyeje all guy in China can the National Assembly all the National Assembly members from Anambra, all the directors of federal government agencies from Anambra. Budget, I remember budget. What does it take? Then as National Assembly leadership, I will spend money to put Anambra person in leadership. Because leadership, let me tell you, leadership of National Assembly. A member of leadership will get one budget, only 10 billion naira budget window. What is 10 billion naira budget envelope? Yeah, that's a project worth 10 billion naira. That is the example. Is what Tinubu them did in Lagos. They put their people in leadership of National Assembly. We have Buana Lagos. We have never only organized leadership in Anambra and Jackie struggle. Others now, state governors can afford Nigeria lobby. We have not elected people that understand the politics of national assembly at Abuja to complement but there are people who understand the politics of no matter the off town you want always some guy don't only take that strategic politics. I'm saying in essence is that the government to think beyond the June no, you are not elected to in a June go and get something and as there. That is what they need to be doing. But what I'm saying is that and I pass budget in that budget for my effort as governor.
Dalo.
We go for lobby.
Dalo.
We go state they will tinye that project.
Dalo, this your submission now answered a question I've already kept for you. In Nigeria today, what is the fate of the Igbos? You know, we know that this country does not look like it's working. Okay, but so I don't know whether do you have anything to say to this question, or do you think you've answered it? The fate of the Igbo. What's the way forward of Ndi Igbo in the Nigeria today?
The way forward of Ndi Igbo is to remain to be in Nigeria and continue to lobby and partner to get power and fix Abraham fix. The reason is that Igbo man is the traveler and the businessman. He wouldn't like an Igbo man that will be somewhere in Benue. On one of that, and I say I'm not a foreigner. Now, foreigners, you opposite before a post after you have $1 million. Nina Narandu, but after like Yana Ghana. Because they open a kita country, Igbos Ghana at disadvantage. My wife, I move, I a business. You know, Luna Kita and Mako the name a business. A can we got that's a foreigner. He about 4 months a foreigner. And now foreigners, they work foreigners now trade there, but not do the now. The foreigner did one dollar. Which was illegal to deposit $1 million to the federal government of Nigeria on the so I knew one and the buying they informed that all that what I I'm saying this thing and the Igbos no number they will let you know you have to affair it doesn't better. Ana say na ana marginalize ndị Igbo. Yes, so ana marginalize ndị Igbo. Mana ihu na-ekwu ka ime about the solution. Ihe a na-ekwu ka ime na akpọ Biafra of that about the solution. Ọ bụ ihe na-ekwu ndị Igbo ka anyị nwee uche ọzọ ka anyị chee ọbụla ka anyị nwee uche na ka anyị tụgharị uche. Mmalụ na ọbụla ka anyị gbanye so n'ihe ka anyị ihe a na-akpọ strategic. I be able to gbakọ iwe gbakọ azụ ka anyị gbene emene mistake ọ like the big bad from man adịrọmma ka anyị nata azụ. Okay, what are we bringing to table? What are we negotiating with? Kedu ihe anyị na-ekwu anyị na ọbụla anyị kwu nke ata agbapụ ka anyị na-ekwusi ike. And again ka ndị be anyị gbe na-akpalizi na our leaders ọ na-adịrị ụmụazị be anyị ndị Nnamdi Kanu sote n'ihe omere ọ na-adịrị izi ịkpali ndị mmadụ mana o lead go kita onwere ofu ihe oliditel lead go kita onwere ofu impact o mere n'Igbo development mana ndị mmadụ jee na Abuja na-anụ ọgụ ya na ama isiri ha enye ha support abịa na social media na-akpalifa ha mara effort mgbe ị na-akpali down negotiation ị na-reduce their capacity to negotiate because ndị ha na-anụ ọgụ na-azọ ihe ha na dịbu na-achọ dị achọ. So we need to be strategic. I'm telling you, we need to be strategic.
Dalu.
Because thank you.
Dalu. Lastly, you mentioned Nnamdi Kanu and then mentioned Uwazurike, you know, that Onye Obuna Choro Ego, the job men, they'll start mentioning Biafra. Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu is in the league of Uwazurike you mentioned, having known that some offers might have been made to him? You know, Obuna Ego culture, don't you think that he would have accepted some money all this while?
Offer and to some extent I'm on the known. Onwere offer emelie. Agogo mwe the offer. Ya me ya emene nka. Why not EJ me election? Why not EJ me political party? Is that an offer? Onwere bia nye Grafia onwere bia bulin Nnamdi Kanu ego.
I think I had 50 billion.
Ase ocha. Onwere enye yo ye jaka na bonalia. Maka ona na ali obele ego bulu nke nnukwu ego. Oye uji oya makụ. Oya abo ịma ego na maka gọvanọ otu eti na gọvanọ ndị Igbo gba eje wojeli ego. A na-ewojeli ego ma nke ebunyere SUV Jeep wojeli ego na afa n'ukwu. Onwe na ala na-enye ego. Osi na onwe the point bụ na the disadvantage dị ya na Ụwazike bụ game ka ha bịa alụ ọnọdụ ndị Ụwazike. Ụwazike gazi school ya nwa agụchara. So Ụwazike nwere ihe Ụwazike bụ a lawyer. So Ụwazike adabaghị ekewere na problem. So he was doing his own, but he was being careful on legal. He was looking at legal angles. Nnamdi Kanu couldn't look at legal angles. He was just shouting. Yeah, see, also Ụwazike, you Biafra in also no in 18 months within 6 months. Governor here what they ya quoted in public. Okay, Nnamdi Kanu na video, enwe video. Governor ni ngwa na nwe video enwe mja archive. So mana ọ gafego how many years ọkwụrụ ọdọ. In fact, abụ ya ojenwu ọgwụ. Adonwete ekwenye. Ile maka ha na-ekwu ya na-atụ ego atụkwala ndị make nnukwu ego. So much money, I'm telling you, very, very big, fat money. Man, that's not the problem. Open how make Chirigan without Iyasabang, not the problem. Wazike me if I video can Nnamdi Kanu can also in the Abro and Igbo. Also now Wazike in the Abro and Wazike go hotel there, go an idea hotel property there. Wazike made a lot of money. Up to the Igbo to the Igbo. Mandichena ndo onye chego minister, commissioner. Mandonye na haye ngo oye well. So no na akonyu ubona.
Wow.
Okay. So
where do you see him coming out, judging with the life imprisonment that was given to him? Do you see him coming out? Do you see him showing remorse? What do you advise him to do at this point?
What I will advise him to do is to show remorse and start from apologizing. Yeah, Abia put in a letter, an open letter for the families able to do the agitation. Habiko Boalo, Balaha, Boalova. Obideban, the healing process will start. Manankona ba I am Nnamdi Kanu, I cannot be jailed. Detention things is in us, you cannot be jailed. And now what do guys in jail again? If they everything that point to go now in jail again. Because now you are prosecutor with any email. I see who's on is in then the judge will anchor on the prosecutor who now this it really depends. So guy had a job appeal. When I appeal when now let me tell you another thing. I need to political solution. Only we pretend that we are not talking about. I am a good political solution. I am not talking about future for better. I'm telling you, I am not talking before our region negotiation. Well, we again and you know why? Let me give you another instance. Now, in the only one woman habu na Anambra, one woman on outside. I mean, way.
Yes, I think I saw that. Yes, I saw the article. I saw the news.
Because I didn't cultural sensitive. Man, the magic in the outside after I would may post. I may as a comment in my word. My mom told me as a post. Only open my market the case. Can they win do we were?
Yes.
Then good luck, gun luck again. They work here in there. So to them, what I was doing, I was actually emphasizing the buy, non the buy. So Kamal and the buying victim, and we are selling narrative non the buying non the buying and the narrative entered and the man on the buying, so that it will not be like neighbor. But what I'm saying is like the president now on a crossroad one. Then I say rapia. Only see president, so rapia. Yeah, I'm just for social media. Ndị a niile ifu na-ekwu onwere chọọ ka arapịa o. Because ijugo onwe gị ka ndụ gị, ijugo onwe nwaanyị na nwere ndị ji eme protest. Mgbe show were kpọ call for protest na Abuja. Mmadụ pụtara na eruo 100, ndị Igbo pụtara eruo. Before, mgbe ejide Nnamdi Kanu before ebi m Abuja, mgbe ejide na nke 215 bụ a na-abịa bụsọ ọbụla Nnamdi Kanu abịa court, anyị na-afụ ụzọ everywhere. Mana ka ejidezire nke ikpeazụ nke a ha gbuo Igbo mmadụ nna ọ bịaza court, anaghị ama ọsọsọ ya na alọyi ya na nwanne na-abịa, anaghị ama na o nwere bịa court. Do you get?
Yes.
Ndị Igbo adịrọ happy ya na-eme mkpọtụ. Gbanwe ose the blood tukwa na-aza apụtazi. Okay, can you imagine Nnamdi Kanu chere otu a eji elili ya na everywhere enwụrụ ọkụ. Ibo ka ndị mmadụ na-agụrụ onwe ha bịa na ama ọbịa na-agala onwe ha. Onye ọbụla na-achọ ihe onye eri, onwere nwere ebe ịbịa mee protest na-atụli ya nga. So n'ọnụ ka ya na-ekwu.
I was even surprised that even that day there was no sit at home. Even the day of their last court, that judgment day.
My friend here that you did, I had to hang out. Listen, the whole thing was straight. And the point is that the moment you shed by blood, I can tell you for free. And that thing happened on no government. Before you see this, EJ Ikokai, man, I was about boss, boss about when I block Muzo, the police na Icheku Omehante. The manga film that police station. Ije about mad talavu. Honeymoon won't go man. People suffered. Oh, when came boss missing flight and my go where airport that ebe with it. Now ebu SUV naga na weba akusa go trap roadblock kanko. After I was in the marriage, now before gave me go flight, every appointment in Abuja, people and can't bother and I was my can do along. Yeah, I had to have before how we increase the line. The Maroka got nobody else because as long as the flight you can do that copy here. Now half road, you have to fly there. Nnamdi Kanu need to go. Yeah, we put a kit at the easy because from legal angle or the appeal appeal from legal angle because even the appeal law on a more close because the argument had a move now as in a case we did not admit illegal. We just Supreme Court OJ an appeal or we didn't appeal we just speak of Western now case we tag does not invalidate the crime and a big my kidnap will go my face judgment in the face does not na case we the last so na case we that killed the argument na case we all this thing then so what who appeal law na law law of 2015 or 2013 we made a appeal na law ada na chiazo. The point is we say they what the new law na match go the existing law and cause on as basis and cause of no can the cause the 2013 Anti-Terrorism Act no can cause the same thing how much be together it's not as if and can I think cause that thereby no one what the basis of he survived the case and he knew the only way the people here your biko but can he just your biko in kaje the ya you no able video mail kwa ayo ta biko we plan call or no what they pop there na IPOB pop there so greatly all the erratic so here again make it anwabo how they ji anwa na yo mana kele ba ya yo go do.
I saw a post by you saying that there are proofs that Nnamdi Kanu, let me read it the way you said it. Okay. Nnamdi Kanu exhibited all the characteristics of psychopathic person. That is only Nise. Why did you say so?
The EJK young onye melody name you check only melody one. The person only with the hand in one on a moody hand Nnamdi Kanu name. On a manipulate followers, yeah. Leader on a manipulate on a ethic here. Nnamdi Kanu na manipulate followers, yeah. Of course, Ghana Biafra, na immediately. Hademenka, Ezo. So on a manipulate here. Two, on empathy for anybody. Only ask boom mad anyhow. On you the name, Nnamdi Kanu since you boom mad 2000, you win new phone. So was all the that thing. Now the Kanu since you boom the police, not to say just go as a phone to born no police station. To go have phone. Now Kawala guys. Onyia goes all your attribute of that thing. So if that's another angle that they are not even looking at. Even the lawyers say I seen in Nia. When I put a if you see even an engineer movie, if you get as see you bring some 2000 given near man, the wage is some money any man. Above full, also above being 100, and higher 2000. The year goes in Kedisio. Or you see, Kedisio you use. So those are the things. If you know where tell the enemy, and I had a
do you agree that Nnamdi Kanu emery home with the agitation? Now, ihe na-eme na Benue, na-eme na Anambra, people said it. No, this agitation here, be ihe menu that na Benue Igbo a paradise compared to Southeast. But not due to ihe ọ na-eme stop there.
Our topography abroad the same with Benue. And then when there's such land, empty land like Benue. And again, I had the community control. I had the centrally control. I give you an example. Even you keep that na conquer Nise. Kina conquer Nise can Nibo the gate ready. Obuni conquer Nise, obuni conquer go Nibo na all this. No, na conquer Nise, Nibo na gate ready. Kina Abia, Nibo na gate na kwado. Kibana conquer na ha. Ine make Ibia na Nibo, ndị Nise ejide bridge etegete sinazo. That's Igbo. That's why Ndocha Ememuro indirect rule Abia of Harry control Igbo. Because Igbo the community control. Ihe na Benue amamemu na Igbo. Although possible. One, due to Kandi Igbo's where they although possible. And I will community based vigilance group. Ubodo obona mo vigilance group ha. Most of them was in moto.
Yes.
So, ndị be anyị ọ dịghị easy operate otu and anyị nwere ụmụagụ ebe ha ezo so much. Anyị nwere ọfịa nne na Igbo. So, onye na-akọrọ gị na ihe na-akọrọ na ka ihe ahụ Nnamdi Kanu mere si wee kwụsị ya ịbata n'Igbo. O nwere mana propaganda ha na-eme ha sị na ndị Fulani aka ebute ha ahụ. Before Nnamdi Kanu abịa, nwaanyị na ha ebutere anyị. Oh, Hane no Nnamdi Kanu beri ya sinna, so don't mind them. No, heji malha propaganda. That's what
we are about to close. We've spent a lot of time, and subsequently we may have to host you because Biafra agitation is not just what is bothering Igbo people. Whether you are for it or against it, we have other things that Ndi Igbo need to actually address. It's just that this one is relevant and topical.
Okay. Hot.
Yes. Onyia, do you have any final remark before we close? Anything at all?
My final remark, Ndi Igbo. Ka anyị advice, ka anyị na Igbo Ndi Igbo. Ka anyị focus on idozi buying, rebuild our place, and avoid in rebuilding our place. We should partner with any group, any section, any government, anywhere. To have our play rebuilt.
Yes.
Oh, you talk. I been done in an India mat. I been a mistake. Not Chiazo. Kaibanaga, Adaga, or very appetite. I give me Gagaraga, Kinato, I give me pause. Mban. Oh, yeah, but the media need to have to play role for correcting this. That's why some of us are bold. Guys say I put the pathfinder. One the bind na to tan guy could be Hamani Hamel Roma. so that ndị ọzọ chọrọ ime ihe ma na ọbụla because o nwere ihe mere mgbe ndị ha batasị gbuo ndị polisi ha bata n'obodo lụọ kam then ndị kọmuniti ifuzi ofu onye nọ n'obodo nwere ihe ọ na-eme anaghị eridu afọ ọfụma ifuzi ya ka ọ banyezie na ESN nọ n'ogo gọọmenti ha zuo ori were kidapụ nweta ozi ego Emeka ma Chinedu aftasị ha ọsịa na a na-emeta ndị polisi anaghị atụ ha Emeka wee sị ya Chinedu asị ya biko ka m join ya because of gay as incentive because nobody is disturbing the person ọkpọ igwe wala ọsọ kpọọ onye ọbụla na-atụ ya egwu ọ bụrụ incentive so we want to tell them that this is wrong don't join na onye mere ihe a ejekwe nga that is a message so onye ọbụla chaa ọ bụrụ na ụfọdụ sị na ọ na-aga otu ọdụ otu a na nọọtụ na ọ na-aga ka nọọtụ dị kedu ka rural nọọtụ dị we want our economic activity in rural economy. We want strong economic activity in rural economy like Igbo land, Southeast. Igbo ya bigo, Igbo na mmadụ nọ na village na onye mmiri onye ọbụrụ contract bi na village na-alụ ndị mmadụ ụlọ. Anyị welite mmadụ economic activity ndị na-ahaghị oche na-ahaghị oche because every weekend anyị agba nkwụ ma eme nke a ndị na-ahaghị oche na ọ na village na-eme ego na-eme living. Ị bịa ka ị disorganize ya ihe bụ nwere nke Igbo tere. A na-agbasakọta eze anya ekpuru nkata n'iru gbuo okwu si nwa mechie ọnụ kwụsị na-emebi be anyị ọhịa gwara Nnamdi Kanu agbaghị na nwayọọ kwero ewe ije ka agwụ ya anya na ndị wọchị ya mgbe m na-ekwu ifu ndị na-akpọ m ime today ọkwa notice na so many ndị Igbo ekwu egie
yes
mgbe bọs na adị m atụ egwu a na-ekwu ihe na-ekwu boldly ihe mkwu ihe sadị ka ngwa ndị mma na I have been saying this thing for years from travel and atụrụ m egwu ka m na-ekwu ya mbata Anambra I move around even do he lost move gaa ma ihe ala duo question ndị mma na around Nnewi yes o nwere nke mbata be 1 PG na side Biafra afọ obodo ọ chọrọ ịgba ọsọ m na na-aza anya healers nwebụ healers bịa because ndị a creating fear o nwebe ọma be ọba batara na-ewu egbubu healers ọsọ Ikechukwu batters na build the law na that's it when it was that fear and that creating nobody at those areas. I'm telling you, it was bad, but thank God we are recovering. Our people are recovering to rebuild our place because ndị Igbo ihe anyị ga-enanya bụ ka n'anya ka anyị esi wete business kwụsị support any form of agitation ndị na-akpọ ya agitation na-ezu ozi na-eme ihe ka anyị focus ka anyị wegodo this energy support ka anyị esi wee build economy our economy ị na-asị mmadụ bịa invest ya ọ na-abụ ebe a na-egbu mmadụ ka ndị mmadụ ya bịa invest another thing bụkwa egbe abago na wrong hand ka anyị esi wee recover cha egbe anwaba n'aka ndị ọjọọ of another thing ka anyị esi wee mop up this gun na the Kanu so that we will have a safe society, a safe Igbo land, a peaceful and secure Igbo land that eji amabu atụ na-ebe anyị nwere peace. Biko ọ dị mkpa rinne ekene m
daalụ nne anyị na-ekene Ikechukwu Emeka Onyia ezigbo onye Nise Awka South Anambra State a movement. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a very wholesome conversation. You know, somebody said that Igbos are very, very Republican in nature.
Yes.
You know, yes. Igbo believe na ikwu nke gị, nkwu nke m. Oburo if our opinions does not align, I become a saboteur or an intellectual or a fool or a fulefu. That is why BAM is open for all manner of conversations and then everything. Thank you very much, movement, for joining us. Hopefully, we'll do this another time. Ndebe anyị ebe aka ga otie na njebe n'oge gbam tata afam ka bụ Chukwujioke Yambaba Egwe Udo ezigbote onye Aba odogwu bụ ubu ngwanụ ka o mesịanụ udo ndị be anyị unu kpọrọ nya bụ oku anyị azago ugbu a ị ga-abụnwu onye ọbịa na gbam n'agbanyeghị ebe ọbụla ị nọ n'ụwa ị chọrọ ka anyị gbaa gị ajụjụ ọnụ maọbụ ị chọrọ ka ụwa nụ ọnụ gị deere anyị ozi maọbụ kpọọ anyị n'akara ekwentị ndị a ị na-ahụ n'iru onyonyo gị daalụnụ